Hi everyone, it's Taylor. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. I am so excited to show you guys my current on-the-go folio petite planner setup. This is something that I have been playing around with. I've been exploring using the petite planners for probably about 6 months now, and this is the first time that I have put together an on-the-go folio that has worked for me consecutively for the past month. I have looked at this planner almost every single day, and it's just been really awesome for me and very useful. So I thought it would be fun to just get on here and show you guys kind of what I've been doing with it, because I know that I do all of my plan with me's in my Erin Condren Life Planner, but this has become a very prominent part of my planning system, and so I only thought it would be right to show you guys how I've been using it. So let's just jump right in and show you what I've got. So this is the brand new 2020 on-the-go folio that came in the winter seasonal surprise box, and I was so excited to use this when I got it because, I mean, it was when I was really jumping into the folio system for the first time and all the petite planners, and so I was super excited to finally use this cover once 2020 started, and my plan is to use it for as long as I can because I know this is the only year that I can use this leather folio, so I'm gonna make it last for as long as I can, but Lord knows I'm probably gonna get tired of it quickly because I just get bored of the same stuff. But anyways, and then I did add a cute little gold tea charm because it just matches the folio perfectly, and yeah, I just thought it was the perfect little addition. I do have a Sharpie pen and a Pilot G2 pen. I like to use these two pens for different things in my petite planners, which I will kind of talk about and go over, but I do like to keep those just right in the inside on the strap. I also do have 4 books in here. So this thing is maxed out, as you can see, and it still holds up pretty well. Like I said, I've been using this for about a month now, and it's held up really well. So that makes me super happy. Okay, so when I open it up, I do have the new on-the-go folio inserts. I'm not exactly sure what the exact name is of these. If I think of it, I'll pop it on the screen. But these were a new edition that Erin Condren just released probably a couple of months ago, and I was really excited when she came out with them. So just in this inside part, I have some of these Erin Condren compliment cards, mostly because I just had these like stacked on my planner cart, and I was like, you know what, these are not being used on my planner cart. So I thought if I stuck them in here, then I would be more likely to get them out and use them, especially if I want to write somebody like a little note, or maybe like leave a little compliment card in like another teacher's box at school or something like that. I thought this would be the perfect way for me to put these to use. And then I do have just a couple extra snap-in bookmarks. I do like to put these in my teacher planner at school and a few other like spiral notebooks, so it's nice to just have those with me. Again, since this is an on-the-go system, I do carry this whole thing with me every single day to work. I'm a teacher, so, and I just bring this and slap it on my desk and pretty much use all of it. So it's just really nice to be able to have all of the things that I might need for the day. Alright, and then opening it up, the first petite planner I have in here is the 2020 daily planner. This is the January through March one. Now, there is a bundle where you can buy all 4 of the daily petite planners together for a little bit cheaper than if you buy them separately, or at least they did have that going for a while. But I just went ahead and bought just the one because this was my first time using the daily planner, and I didn't know if it was a system that was going to work for me, and I didn't want to buy all 4 books and have the rest of them go to waste if it didn't work out. So I just purchased the first one, and I have to say, so far I have been absolutely loving it. Let me kind of show you guys how it's been working for me. So the first like week I used it, and then school started and I just didn't touch it on that first week. And then I started jumping back into it So that was when I started school. And see, I just didn't use it at all. But then when I started jumping back into it towards the end of January, I have been using it ever since, every single day. So kind of the way I started out using it was by using these different sections to divide up my to-dos. So I had a school to-do list or work, and then a home to-do list, and then other. And other usually just meant like YouTube or just other random tasks that didn't have to specifically do with school or home. And then over here in this checklist area, I would just check off like daily habits and different things that I kind of wanted to make sure I was doing every single day. I would just kind of transfer these over, kind of like a habit tracker is how I would use that. And then in this blank area is where I would put like actual events happening that day or reminders of different things going on. I would just transfer those over from my life planner so that I'm reminded, okay, these are the things that are happening today. Everything else was a to-do. And then up inside the hexagon, I started putting the weather in there, and that seemed to be really working well for me. Then we got to February, and as you can see, I hardly use any stickers in here. In the monthly view, I just like to keep it nice and simple. It's where I can kind of just chicken scratch stuff, and this is actually where I did my pre-planning before I put everything into my life planner for this last monthly plan with me, and that actually worked really, really well. It was nice to just get it down in the mini planner first and then transfer it to my life planner, where I'm a lot more decorative and more fun with it. So, but here is where I kind of started to change up how I used the daily pages. So rather than splitting up my to-dos, because I just felt like I had so many to-dos every single day and wasn't getting everything done. So then I decided to actually break this up into my daily schedule. So I have it written from 7:30 in the morning to 9 o'clock at night. And here, since I'm an elementary music teacher, my schedule is different every single day. So writing in the classes that I have, I do teach in 30-minute increments. So I was just writing in every single class I have, my plan breaks, my lunch breaks, and then in the evenings, writing in anything that I have going on. And then I would use this checklist for a single to-do list. So I would just throw it all under there, and it actually has been seeming to work because I have less to-dos. So like while I liked how organized my to-dos were in this format, I like this format because I seem to reduce my to-dos and just put like what needs to take priority that day. And then I seem to get a little bit more done. But honestly, it just kind of depends. I will probably switch back and forth between the two different ways of using this planner, or I might come up with something totally different another time. But that's what I kind of like about this, is that I can take it day to day and kind of adjust the planner to what I'm needing for that day. And I really, really like that. So yeah, that's really been working for me. And as you can see, I kind of started to add some stickers to the planner just to add a little bit extra. And it kind of gives me an opportunity to use up my like Planner Kate samplers, which is really nice as well. So if I do use stickers, it is very, very minimal, and it's definitely more functional, not very decorative. So but yeah, that's how I've been using the Daily Petite Planner, and it goes right in the front. Sometimes I just slip it right out, and I just keep just this planner on my desk so that I can access it easily and make sure that I can get all of the stuff done that I need to get done. Okay, moving on to the second Petite Planner that I have in here. This is the 2020 monthly planner. I am currently using this for my budget. Now, I am not currently sharing my budget strategies or anything like that, just because I'm kind of trying to work on my budget system and trying to figure out something that works really well for me. And I feel like I'm kind of starting to get a good hang of it, and I'm starting to figure out how I want to budget my money, and how I'm trying to figure out what my financial goals are and all of that stuff. So I'm still working out the kinks, but I thought I would at least just briefly show you how I have my budget set up in this planner. So if you've ever looked at the monthly planner, you have all of the months in the front, and then you have note pages in the back. So the way I have it set up is so this is a Sarah Marie budget kit. I just have her monthly kit in the front, and this is where I just put like my bills, my major bills that are due, which isn't a lot because for those of you who don't know, I do live with my parents still. That is one of my financial goals, is to get moved out by summer. So that's something huge that I'm saving for and working towards. But anyways, here's where I will just put like bills that are due and major things coming up that I have to pay for. This is where I keep track of what day each week starts on, because that is where I do my weekly check-ins. My weekly check-ins are really just every week I go in and check to see where I'm at on my budget, what categories I'm maybe overspending in, which categories I'm underspending in, that sort of thing. So it just kind of helps me keep on track with my monthly budget by checking in every week. So I mark it on there, and then when I open it up, I have my February budget on this side, and then on this side is where I do my weekly check-ins. Here is my spending tracker. Since this is a Sarah Marie kit, she uses the transaction log for her sinking funds, but I don't use sinking funds. If you're completely unfamiliar with who Sarah Marie is, what sinking funds are, all of that stuff, definitely go check her budget videos out. Sarah Marie's on YouTube and she's amazing, but I don't use sinking funds, so I just kind of use her transaction log to track my spending. As I track my spending, then so once the second week ends, then I know I'm going to come over here and do my week 2 check-in by looking at what I've spent in each category and seeing how much money I have remaining in my budget for that category. I feel like I just did a horrible job of explaining that. It's super late while I'm filming this, so I'm totally sorry if none of that made sense, but I might dive more into my budget and sort of how I do my budget once I feel more confident in showing that to you guys. I'm a pretty open book for the most part. I make a teacher salary, so it's really like not a secret what kind of money I make. And I'm not afraid to kind of show that to you guys, but again, I'm still just kind of trying to work out the kinks before I go into a lot of detail. But I did just want to show you guys exactly how I use the planner. So when March comes along, I will open up to March and I will stick my clip on the March section, and then I will use up 4 notes pages for my budget. So I hope that sort of made sense, but it's really working well for me. I used to use my budget in the Erin Condren Deluxe Monthly Planner, but I honestly did not need such a large planner for my budget, and I kind of like having it in something smaller that I can carry around with me in the On-The-Go Folio. So that way it's just a little bit more convenient. I can check in with it a lot more often, and yeah. Definitely using this as a budget planner is working out really well. So, okay, the third book that I have in here is the Erin Condren Self-Care Journal. And I, again, have also been loving this. It's something that I've been sticking with, and I'm really excited about that. I'm going to flip open to a page that I have not started in just because this is kind of something that's more personal to me. But if you are unfamiliar with this self-care journal, this is what it looks like. So you will have the beginning of the week. So it'll have a quote, "You are more than what you do for others." I love that. And then it'll say this week. So there's what I kind of write down, like major things that are going on this week. And then here you'll put what self-care this week looks like. So this is what I have going on. This is what self-care is going to look like for me this week. Because one week it may be bubble baths and face masks. Another week it may be just making sure that I drink water and I take my medicine. Like, you know, it's not always going to be the same. And so I love that they kind of let you reset every week and figure out what is self-care going to look like for me this week. And then here you put how I need support and then what support will look like. For some reason, I feel like these are kind of asking the same. I find myself writing the same thing in both boxes, but I don't know. If somebody else has any more insight on like how these two boxes differ, definitely leave a comment and let me know, because again, I just feel like it's kind of repetitive. But then you get started into the week. So every day you will write the date, then you'll write a positive thought for the day. This could be a quote. This could just be something positive that you want to tell yourself. It could be some self-affirmations, anything along those lines. They leave it pretty open and general, and I really like that because it leaves the door open for lots of possibilities. And then here's a mood log, and again, it's just a blank box, so you can kind of use it however you want. You could create a chart, you could just track your mood changes throughout the day, you could write down different events that affected your mood. I've used it several different ways, but it's kind of nice to be able to just sit back and like think about your moods throughout the day and notice the change in your moods, because sometimes I feel like that helps you realize what you might need in order to wind down by the end of the day. And then here's where you can put how many hours you slept, your sleep quality, and then any dreams that you had, which oddly enough, I haven't been remembering my dreams. I don't feel like I'm getting to this quick enough in the morning. I usually start writing in this like right when I get to the school, because I get to school pretty early. So I'll sit at my desk and usually start writing, but I usually find that I forget what I've dreamt. So I think I'm going to start trying to fill this out like first thing right when I wake up, just pulling this out and writing down what I dreamed about, because I think that would be kind of cool to keep track of, and it could be very telling of the different things that might be stressing you out or helping you sleep even. Okay, and then underneath you write today's self-care. So these are the things that I'm going to plan on doing for the day to take care of myself. And then at the end of the day, I end up writing other ways that I ended up taking care of me that day, which I really like because it's good to reflect on the things you are doing for yourself, even if they're very small things, and it's just good to notice. So anyways, you have that for a whole week. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then you get to a weekly tracker. So this is where you can write down different things. It gives you examples from glasses of water to moods, medication, or walks. Track what's meaningful and helpful to taking care of you. And I will actually show you in this section what I'm tracking. So I'm tracking that I'm taking my birth control. I'm tracking when I eat a healthy breakfast, a healthy lunch, and a healthy dinner. I'm tracking when I'm drinking fizz or water. So I drink what's called energy fizz sticks from Arbonne. I don't really like drinking water, but if I add these little packets of fizz to my water, then they taste really yummy and they give me good energy and they're very healthy. There's no sugar. So it's just a nice way for me to get myself to drink water daily. Meditating for 5 minutes a day, praying, washing my face and doing my skincare routine, doing yoga, stretching. With yoga and stretching, my goal is to do yoga 3 to 4 days a week and then stretching on the off days. And then no spend, reading, and listening to my audiobook. So as you can see, some of these things I have not done at all this week, and some of these things I'm totally on top of, which by the way, I'm filming this on a Wednesday night, so that should give you a good idea of what's working for me and what's not. And then you get a reflecting on the week page. So I can fill this out at the very end of the week and say, okay, this is how I took care of myself this week. This was the best part of the week. And then next week I will blank and then self-care that worked well for me. I feel like these two sections, again, I was kind of repeating myself last time I filled it out. This was how I took care of myself and this is what worked well. I don't know. I feel like it's still kind of repetitive. But again, there's lots of different ways that you can interpret some of these, which I feel like gives it kind of an open-ended prompt and a way for you to just kind of journal out your self-care. And I am not a journal person. I like having prompts. I like having a guided way of writing, and I feel like that's what I really enjoy about some of these petite journals, is that that they're perfect for that. They're perfect for somebody who wants to kind of have a place that they can reflect and write in, but it's not so open-ended that you have no idea what you want to write, and you're more likely to keep up with it, especially with dating these and going in and tracking my habits and all of that. It really helps me stay on top of it. So I open this every morning and every evening. That's how I start and end my day. So moving on, this is the very last petite journal that I have in here. This is the Gratitude Journal Edition 2. They were actually sold out of the first edition ones. I wanted to start with that one, but since they didn't have it available, I went ahead and bought this one, and this is where I'm starting. So it is a part of my 2020 goals to practice gratitude. I just feel like that kind of goes hand in hand with my mental health and with my spiritual life, is just becoming more grateful and finding things in life to be grateful for every single day, even on the hard days. And I've been sticking with this, and it makes me really happy because it just makes me feel awesome. So again, this is kind of a personal thing, but I will open to some random prompts just for you to see what it's like. So there will be a blank prompt with a date, and this literally takes like 2 minutes or less to fill out every single night. So it's something that's super easy for me to pull out right before I go to bed. I've been working on a night routine for myself, and this has definitely become a part of that, and it's super easy and a great way just to end your night. So for example, this is how I would use a whole week's worth of gratitude. So I would start on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then I would save this prompt for the end of the weekend. So you'll always have 5 of them that are already written. So this one is ways I stretched myself today, how I was creative today, feelings I felt today, beautiful things about today, people I enjoyed today. And then this one is always a blank one. So far, I've just used it as an open blank, like what I was grateful for this weekend. Or if I feel really inspired and had something specifically this weekend that I just wanted to write down and remember and share in my feelings about, then I will use that space for that. So it's super simple, and there are tons and tons of prompts in here. It does have a 30-day reflection, so if you use it for a whole month, at the end of every month there's a 30-day reflection that you can fill out, and I think that that's really nice. And then ways you can look forward, so you can set goals and intentions for yourself and things you want to improve on and focus on and that sort of thing. So my goal is to fill both of these out completely, and if I accomplish that, then that would be super awesome. Okay, and just to wrap this up, in the very back I have the On-The-Go Folio insert. So this is the whole insert, so you just slide it in. This is the front part of it, this is the back part of it. And in here I just have some extra sticker sheets. So I'll just pull these out to show you. These are a couple Planner Kate sticker sheets that I just cut to fit inside of here, and they fit perfectly. The sizes of her sheets are awesome. So I use these mostly in my budget book so that I can track my bills and stuff on the monthly pages. And then these are just random sheets that came in other petite planners. So I have like my gratitude journal stickers in the back of the gratitude journal book. But these came from, like, this is the cookie or the meal planner. I haven't been using the meal planner book because, again, I'm living with my parents, and so I really don't have to do much in the way of grocery shopping and planning our meals because that's mostly them. I do help with meals, and I do help prepare for them, and I do help with the shopping, but I'm not the one doing the planning for that. It's mostly my mom. So I just stuck the stickers in the back here so that if I feel inspired, and these are from the budget book as well, but I don't use the budget book either, mostly just because of the way that I budget. Using Sarah Marie stickers works out a lot easier. And then these are from the backs of the daily and monthly petite planners. So that is where I like to keep all of those. And then in the very back, I would like to thank Julie from Julie's Plans. She had the idea of just sticking this small ruler, which did come in the winter seasonal surprise box as well, the same box that had this folio in it. And I believe it's actually available on the Erin Condren website to purchase now. If I am wrong, I apologize, but I do think that you can purchase this ruler now. But it is perfect for using in the petite planners because it's super small, and if you need to draw any straight lines, you can just pull it out and it just fits perfectly back in this little section. So that is where I like to keep that. And then that is it. So normally I also do add the pockets on the back of the folios, but since they came out with these inserts, I honestly didn't feel the need to add the adhesive pockets onto the inside covers. So I think that's another benefit of these. I did not have anything. There are some extra pockets in here. I don't currently have anything in there just because I don't feel the need to just fill it with things just to have it filled. But I do think it's awesome that there are so many options and ways to fill it up. But that should be everything in my on-the-go folio. I hope that you guys enjoyed checking this out and seeing how I utilize this planner system, because I do think it has become such an integral part of my planning every single day, and it's something that I do utilize every single day. And so it only felt right that I got on here and kind of showed you guys how I use it. So if this is something you guys enjoyed and you feel like you want to start seeing more planning in my petite planners, I could definitely put together some plan with me's, maybe start doing some budget videos to show you guys just how I personally budget and kind of that journey for myself. But I'm going to wrap this video up because it is late and I am starting to just ramble because that's how I get. But I really do hope you guys enjoyed this. Leave a comment if you have any awesome ideas for any of these petite planners that I showed in my folio system. And feel free to share any ways that you use the folio system and any other petite planners that you feel like are a must that I should try, because I am always open to trying new things, but this has seemed to really be working for me. I'll be sure to keep you guys updated maybe next month, and we'll see if this is what I continue to do or if things change at all. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this, and I cannot wait to see you all in my next video. Bye guys!